Had to have it your way. I know it all. Well, I've had all I can take. I can't take it no more. I wanna pack my bags and fly my way. I know it all. So why don't you turn me loose? Turn me loose. Turn me loose. I gotta do it my way. I know it all. Why don't you turn me loose? Turn me loose. Turn me loose. I gotta do it my way. I wanna fly.
Okay, hey everybody. Let me turn this down. Oh, do I got a show for you guys tonight? Fucking shit show. What is good, everybody? Mystic, Jeb, Bale, Lyra, Aaron, I can't speak English. Professional Time-Wise Zone Impersonator, this bitch, Seb, Sam, Isera, Sam again, fuck, Kaylee, everybody, shit. I can't stop coughing. Yeah, funny enough, I'm actually gonna start this with something else. Hey, Cutie Paiichi. Oh boy. We're gonna start with something else in a minute here. We're gonna have Yaniv, don't get me wrong. But we're gonna start with something regarding the channel in a minute. So let me just get that ready. Rexington, Bruno. I'm coughing. Walked a lot of work, got a haircut. Decided to stream today. So that's my day. Alright. Gonna quiet the song down. Okay. Good. I did. Yaniv did some shit. We're gonna talk about this. So, I'm gonna lead in with something from another creator because I've already taken up too much of your time from other shit. So, I'm gonna play a little bit of Repsion's video, and we're gonna talk about something related to my channel after. Once we get to a point where it relates to my channel, you'll see. Trust me, this will make sense in a minute.
People at Team YouTube, this is a plea. I know some of you guys are watching this because this has to go through the approval process, and I'm going to tweet you guys this video. But this is a real plea to the people behind anyone who works at Team YouTube or is involved with YouTube as a whole. This is a video simply begging you guys to take this seriously. I'm tired of this. I am not the only one suffering from this, and that is copyright abuse from Onision. This last week, he has started filing, again, copyright claims on tons of people's channels and videos. And to explain this simply to the people who are watching this video,
1 second.
If I use 2 or 3 seconds of a
fuck Yaniv. Fuck Yaniv. We'll get to Yaniv in a bit.
Fair use to my 20-minute video, Onision files what's called a copyright claim. Now, a claim, essentially, if the video is monetized,
different Yaniv, Yaniv
claims
Johnson.
The video to where any ad revenue
is the stream
goes
dead?
Directly to Onision.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Christ, I am dropping frames. Okay, am I? It's back. It's back. Okay. Thanks. Streamlabs OBS. Thank you. There we go. It's working now. We're good.
All of my own original content.
Hey, Foxface.
2 to 3 seconds of a video of him in response to my 30-minute video, and he can claim that and take all the ad revenue from that. Now, Google and Team YouTube did something that was pretty cool. They made it so that when somebody files a claim on your video, you can appeal it. But when you appeal that,
this will make sense in a bit. I'm doing well, Sarah.
Sent back to Onision, and he basically has the option to confirm or deny if that claim is legitimate. Now, of course, Onision always says that the claim is incorrect, which is obviously not true at all, because again, it's fair use and we're only using a few seconds of footage, and he's claiming the entirety of the video. That said, when he denies your claim request of the appeal, you get a response back from YouTube's automated system.
Oh Christ, I'm dropping frames again. Hang on.
Right here, as you can see here, it says, after
Here we go.
reviewing your dispute,
Okay, so I wanted to lead in with that because he described it a lot better than I would. So I just want to lead in with that. And hey, there's my email. Oh boy, I got a claim. I wonder how that went. Let's take a look here in 1 second. Let me switch things here. Well, one second. Oh, looks like that did not go well for me. So, as you see here, strike pending. Channel strike pending. I should probably zoom out, actually. Okay, yeah, not that much. Okay, so the video will be removed in 3 days. Now, Repsion did tweet something to me that the way he does it is he does something similar. When he gets a strike, he counter appeals. So he counters the strike, and then Greg apparently drops it because eventually you'd have to go to court over certain things, and Greg really probably doesn't want to go inside a courthouse right now. I'm trusting Repsion with this, so I'm going to try it. So here's the problem. I probably won't have that strike dropped for a few days. Which means if I want to stream on this channel... Christ, my neighbor's kids. If I want to stream on this fucking channel, it's going to be impossible. So, I saw someone say on there a minute ago, why don't you stream on YouNow? Or, not YouNow, Christ, DLive. Well, very soon, some neglecting kids. I do not have kids, thank you. But, essentially, I'm going to make a second channel. That child is loud. Oh, I know! Oh, trust me, I fucking know. I soundproof my walls. They can't hear shit that goes out. However, the fucking kids yell and scream all the time. It's fucking annoying. It is genuinely fucking annoying. I need to move. It's a different story. No. I'm gonna move, hopefully, February. Most likely March, depending on things. That's a different story. Hey, bloodwumps. But, so, I'm gonna get a strike for this. However, I'm going to appeal it. However, I've been meaning to do something for the channel. What time is it there? It's 5:39 p.m. But something I've been meaning to do for the channel for a long time, actually, is start a second channel. And the plan is, I will announce it. You're once a kid too. Yeah, but I grew out of that phase. I grew out of my deformity. I'm sorry, that joke was awful. I stole that joke from someone else, and I cannot remember who I stole that from. No, Eastern Standard Time. Wi-Fi dropped after getting a Repsion vid. I'm sorry about that. Well, to catch you up really quick, I got striked by Onision. Well, I'm getting a strike in a few days. Doesn't YouTube have rules against abusing copyright claims? Yes, but they don't enforce them. They genuinely don't enforce them. YouTube is fucked. It's annoying. But I will be starting a second channel. There will be an announcement video in the next couple of days. To where it is, I also have... I need to start putting this in the description of shit. I just realized I haven't. I also have a BitChute account, which... essentially similar to YouTube. It's you know... it's a thing. But it's probably going to be where I archive what I call the not important streams, like me playing in VR, me playing Death Stranding. I'm probably going to just move all of those over to the second channel and host them there. You know what I mean? So that's the plan for the channel. I also will have sometime later this month a State of the Channel video where I kind of, essentially talk about the kind of videos I want to make for next year, which are essentially similar, but also finally do a fucking movie review. And a television-related one, which is a very recent TV show that I just finished every episode that's currently out so far. It'll be named Fuzz Gaming. I don't even know what it'll be named yet. I'll probably just name it like Fuzu 2. It'll be something. I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. What about this channel? This channel will be fine. Essentially, after it will... Okay, here's one of two outcomes. Either Greg will do what he did to Repsion, and essentially, drop the appeal. Or he will take me into litigation. I don't expect the second one, if I'm being honest. But I'm gonna keep trying to figure out. We'll try to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do with the appeal, depending on what happens. But if it works like this, I'm gonna slowly work my way back through my catalog and unclaim every single fucking video that he's claimed. I was gonna do it to multiple, but when I realized that it would give me multiple strikes, I was like, fuck, 3 strikes, my channel is gone. So I just decided to do a smart thing and just that lady's laugh. Oh, trust me, if it wasn't for the fact the rent here was fucking cheap, I would not be here. I would not be in this goddamn hellhole. It's annoying. Greg's gonna drop. He's a bitch who tries to assert dominance but looks stupid in the process. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why is my neighbor keep playing outside? That's the neighbor. It's the neighbor. Trust me, I am moving soon. There's a apartment building that opened up recently that is perfect and has multiple rooms, so I can actually have a home office for the channel instead of just one room and then a kitchen. How many kids does she have? 2. There's the youngest. I picked them all. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on a little bit here, because if I talk about them for the next hour, it'll probably be a boring ass stream. Sounds like 10. Oh, it feels like 10 some days. Feels like fucking 10. Anyways, so I want to talk about the Chris Hansen stream, but I'm not going to probably use too much video. I just want to hit on a couple bullet points. This is having a fucking stroke. Sorry. I need to buy one of those fucking filters for my mic that, cover a lot of sound. Anyways, there's a couple things I wanted to bring up from this stream that I didn't have time to timestamp, because when I got home, it was already like 5 p.m. So, do you have an open window? No. My windows are closed. This is from the same building. It's fucking annoying. But there's a couple things I wanted to bring up. One, and I'm going to say this very nicely here. I think I've lost every single... any inch of respect I ever had for Kai. I think I lost it during this stream. Jesus fuck Kai, do you do actually anything, you stupid fucking prick? 2, there's one thing I wanted to bring up from the stream as well. Greg records a lot, apparently. And I want to pause the question to everyone here. And I want to do a vote on this. So, 1 for if you think they have, and 2 if you think they haven't. If Greg takes you to court and you lose, will he be moving into your place? Most likely. It should actually. Oh Christ. So they brought up the fact there's a lot of cameras inside the house, and I want to posit one question to you, to everybody here. Do you think that Greg was recording them in areas where they would not assume a camera was? I'm trying to dance around this subject because I don't want to sound like I'm accusing him of this for legal things, but if he was recording private, intimate sessions, do you guys think that was a possibility? A lot of ones, most likely, hell yeah, yes, absolutely, yes. Hey, that's 2 of us. You shown security footage? I'm saying, Christ, here's a Here's a reference nobody else other than me is gonna get. Have you guys seen the movie 13 Cameras? He already said he did to Sarah. Oh shit, I haven't seen that actually. Hey, Ames. Not sure how surveillance system work. Essentially a whole bunch of cameras connected to like one hub. Full JK. That's what when I if it automatically saves footage. It depends on what kind of like device you have. Some of them will save it to cloud. Some of them will save it to like a hard drive. You notice that every time they asked where Kai was or what she was doing, she was crying. Yeah, you showed footage of his ex-wife stole his belongings. Ah, Christ. Greg jerks into Alicia's porn photos after he lost contact with her when Daddy records stuff for her later. True, but here's another question. Do you feel like there's one in the bathroom? This is for everybody. 1 or 2. 1 is yes, 2 is no. Waiting for it to roll in. Waiting for it to roll in. Yes. Second movie, 14 Cameras. I've seen it, but that one's actually not a good movie. Probably 1. I wouldn't put it past him myself. And that's probably the saddest thing I think I've ever had to say. Is I wouldn't be surprised. Seems too smart for that. No, he's not. Oh yeah, call up hello from Japan. Hell yeah! Oh man, I got a funny story about Japan, which relates to a family member. But my dad's work sent him to Japan for like 2 months to teach him a welding technique. This was back in like 2005, so tiny camera in the toilet. Watch a cat cry there. Oh god, Greg isn't smart. He's blind. He's a delusional prick whose ego is higher than it should be. You know, here's something funny. Greg is genuinely pathetic. Oh shit! Hang on. Hold up here. This just happened. Hang on. One second here. Okay, so I just get notifications from Philip the fuck ass, which that's a reference if you know it. Oh, it's not fucking live. Hang on. I love going to the search bar and trying to search for something. Thanks, YouTube. You're really great. Here we go.
Sup, you beautiful.
Thanks, Philip the fuck ass. Hang on. Please tell me there's your timestamps. I really don't want to watch a full Philip Defranco video right now. He used to... Oh, okay, hang on. They used to do the little timestamp. I really don't want to hear the intro. Hang on, Phil. Please, just get to your little... Okay. 906. 906. Here we go. By the way, Phil, if you ever see this, I'm sorry for calling you Philip the fuck ass. But it's fair. Oh Christ, I forgot I muted it. Oh god, how do I fucking work this channel?
Below. And then finally, let's talk about what's easily been one of the most requested stories as of late, and that is what is going on with a person by the name of Onision. Now, for those that don't know,
I don't disagree with you, Mystic.
He's been on the platform for a very long time. His real name is James Jackson, though most actually know him as Greg, which is what we will call him from here on out. And for years and years, you've had people accusing him of many things, things like inappropriate...
Do we like Phil or not? I like Phil, but... I can't deny I'm not a fan of how he designs his videos. I'm sorry.
Behavior, grooming, and being a child predator. Now, a few things I want to note before fully diving into this. There are so many accusations spanning over a long period of time that it really would be impossible for us in this video.
I'm not a fan of glasses myself, as someone who has
some of the most major accusations at hand here, so we can get to some of the most recent controversies surrounding him. Also, I do want to note that as of right now, no arrests have been made. There are no charges. Everything that we're really talking about comes from public allegations, and so far, he has denied them. Also, regarding his side of things, we actually reached out to him to talk about these accusations.
Oh god.
But he or his team replied, right, any involvement...
Right, any involvement regarding interviewer questions is $10,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit, you fucking moron. This is the one thing that could save you. If Phil... Oh my god, oh my god.
Regarding interview or questions is $10,000. Now, obviously, I found that to be a ridiculous request. That is not something we would do, but we try. Now, a lot of what we're going to be talking about is really what we've seen blown up.
I'm not a fan of glasses.
But I mean, a thing to understand is that Greg has been on the platform for a very long time, in fact, since 2006. And in that time, there were things like he married and then divorced a woman by the name of Sky. And with a lot of the information that was made public in his videos, you had many people saying that she was likely subject to certain degrees of manipulation. One of his other big controversies a while ago was back in 2012. He was actually banned from VidCon. This seemingly because he was talking about his ex-girlfriend who had made remarks that she felt pressured into having sex with him. And in a video, which was later deleted, he repeatedly referred to a number of people.
Do a vote on whether we think Onion's contacted a defense lawyer. Vote for it. 1 or 2. 2 is no. 1 is yes.
Called her derogatory things, and it seemed to insinuate that because of this, she could not be sexually assaulted.
To be only 26 and to have slept with over 20 people is ridiculous. And of course, she goes to insinuate that when we did make love, that I was forcing her into it, that I was pressuring her into it, and she didn't really want to. That's funny coming from someone who slept with over 20 people.
Right, so that was one of the situations that led to a lot of backlash.
Jesus, what a fucking cunt. I know Defranco's a bit of a sellout, but I can't help it. Also, Jesus, Greg, you're a fucking prick.
That backlash resulting in VidCon saying that his presence could create a hostile, unsafe environment. But now, let's dive into some of the more larger scale things about the allegations against him. Like the allegations that he has a habit of dating younger girls, sometimes minors, and grooming them. Or the other claims that he treats the women that he's in relationships with poorly and abuses and manipulates them. Right, and even starting with his partner, Kai, people found things to be suspicious.
God,
Kai was called
Kai is so fucking ugly, I'm sorry.
To male, and people have questions about
I look at it and I see a fucking
allegedly 17
mistake.
when they met and they drove to another state to legally engage in sexual acts. And now many of the young women who are speaking out say that Kai was often the first person they met and interacted with and was in many ways used to lure them in. Right, so it kind of paints this image of going from being groomed to being, or at least aiding, a groomer. Now, several women have spoken out about this. We don't have the time to break down every single accusation.
I hope she's crying. Fuck her.
On 3 and link to information
Fuck him.
For the
Sorry.
rest. So
Sorry.
We'll start with Sarah. She's a girl who says she began talking to Kai and Greg online when she was just a 13-year-old.
It does get hard to follow
Sarah
all that,
was
I'm
mainly
sorry.
Interested in talking to Kai and was involved with him first by the time that she was 14 and 15. She claims they started texting and sending flirty messages, and this including even a photo of Sarah topless. And then when she was 16, Sarah, who said that she was going through some personal and family troubles, actually ended up moving in with Greg and Kai,
it does get hard to follow everything. I'm sorry.
Sarah saying that when she
I've been watching Chris Hansen.
It was not sexual at all, though there were romantic insinuations, physical contact, cuddling. But then she says that after she turned 18, their relationship became sexual. And Sarah, who is now 19, did a live stream at the end of August of this year talking about her relationship with Greg and Kai. And when she left them earlier this year, there were rumors, right? Other things.
God, I hate to look at you now.
Started a huge discussion. It was over an hour long, kind of went through a ton of allegations. And a week after, she actually talked to Blair White, who is another YouTuber who frequently posts about Greg and the allegations against him. And Sarah hit some of the big allegations there in a more summed up way. At one point, she says that in hindsight, it feels like Greg and Kai intentionally took her in with the intent to have sex with her.
It hurts to say this, but I do feel like they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I think anyone watching this definitely probably feels the same, that there's really no reason to move a teenager in with you or to send the kind of messages they sent, and then conveniently, coincidentally, be intimate with you after you turn 18.
In later interviews, she also explicitly says that she feels like she was groomed and manipulated, also adding that while she was underage, Greg forced her to act like there was nothing flirty about their relationship, including in one video where she claims that he forced her to say that there was nothing going on.
I'm probably not going to watch the full Hansen video.
And I really didn't want to. I have bloopers from it of me literally like having like a mental breakdown, like sobbing, because I was just so overwhelmed. Also, what would hurt me a lot is like having to watch him say like, oh, we don't even hug Sarah, we don't even do this or that, and it's like I'm sitting there like 16 watching this, and I'm just like, but yes, you do.
And she also later discussed an NDA that she was allegedly forced to sign by Greg and Kai.
You told me off camera that you signed an NDA the morning after you were intimate with
Defranco's talking about
it.
Yeah. he and Kai decided that everyone in their life needed to sign an NDA and that I was no exception to that. The NDA was 1,000% for me to not do what I'm doing right now.
Shortly after Sarah's story, another girl by the name of Shiloh posted a Twitter thread about
by the way,
her relationship.
Really quick, I want to say something. If you sign a non-disclosure agreement under duress, in fact, you sign any agreement under duress in the United States of America, at the very least, right? It's null and fucking void. Greg is a goddamn moron who doesn't understand his shit will not hold up in court no matter what you do. Go fuck yourself, you smug-faced prick. Sorry. I'm a little upset my channel's getting striked.
With Greg, which a lot of people already knew some details about, as she appeared in many of his videos at the time. She was a singer.
Oh, I'll bring up the name of Kai in a bit.
We'll
talk about that later.
In 2011. Now, a lot of what happened with them was very public at the time, but in the thread, she says that it started when she was a fan of his, with them talking for hours together on Skype while he was still married to his first wife, Sky. Also, she says that she was 17 when Greg told her about his divorce and that he loved her. She says that he flew out to Pennsylvania to visit Shiloh, who came down from Canada after checking that having sex with a 17-year-old there would be legal, and saying that when meeting her at the hotel, the first thing that he said was, "I can't wait to get you pregnant." She also says the police were notified of his presence.
Isn't that like his fourth name? Yes.
Greg being asked to leave because there were cameras in the room and they had to conduct a child pornography search. Shiloh also going on to say he began a process of alienating her from her mother, saying that he rented an apartment near her to wait until she turned 18, also convincing her to tattoo his name on her body, all while she was still a minor. And along with the alleged tattoo, there were other allegations that seemed to touch on control, and some would call it manipulation, claiming that in the middle of sex, he shaved her head to degrade her, also saying that he gave her a list of rules, this including no accounts without him having the password, no makeup, no contacts with friends and family unless you want problems. She also says that he filmed her having a breakdown. She then says the police took her to a mental health facility because when he didn't let her call her mom, she threatened suicide when he was on the phone with police. After this, she says they broke up, but he lured her back in and let her pick an engagement ring. She then says that he got her pregnant, but then the fetus died, didn't pass, and she was at risk of going septic, saying that Greg refused to pay for her healthcare, and so she flew back to Canada, and he posted a breakup video casting her as a liar. So that is in part her story. She's also since talked even more about it, but again, those were some of the big details. And then finally, let's talk about Billy, who's actually
Defranco
involved
a lot more
why Greg making headlines recently. She had a relationship with him between 2015 and 2016 and was 18 at the time. And after she sort of stopped...
really quick, let's see. I'm going to refresh this, 1622. I'm going to refresh this and see just how many views this has already. Sorry. 1622.
...to pay for her health.
Oh, it already has 31,000 views. Oh, Greg, he's gonna be pissed.
Did share some of Greg's alleged toxic behavior. Like for example, where he found out that she smoked marijuana and he wanted to punish her for it. And back in 2017, she tweeted the screenshots of those messages that she says that he sent her, where it appears he suggests punishments, which include getting a tattoo above her butt saying, "I'm a liar," being chained to the basement wall with a sign apologizing for lying,
33K now, Jesus.
About lying. Also telling her that she only needs to see her family
what if
twice
do
a
now?
year, saying the
YouTube rewind thing.
With more since all of this unfolded. In one case, in fact, appearing on Chris Hansen's show on YouTube, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, which, I mean, if you didn't know, yes, I mean, the Chris Hansen hosted Dateline, To Catch a Predator. He now has a presence on YouTube. And in fact, he's been covering this controversy very extensively on his channel, including...
This is in depth and really fucking good.
He says that he has also tried to speak to Greg, but says that Greg would only agree to speak for $350,000. So I guess my team should be thankful we were offered a discount. But back on topic, in Hansen's interview with Billy, she says that the relationship started when Kai started messaging her online. And when she was eventually flown out to visit Kai and Greg, she was over the age of 18, but she also said she really had no idea what she was getting into and that she was really just interested in Kai. But when she got there, she said that Greg was continuously pressuring her to kiss in front of him, very insistent that he watched their first kiss. The first time she visited, nothing sexual happened, but later she said they ended up having a three-way sexual relationship that happened both naturally and by Greg kind of urging it on. And though she did know that she doesn't think that anything illegal occurred between her, Kai, and Greg, that they were also sort of kind of constantly walking towards the line. And she also said that a lot of the time that she spent there overlapped.
Oh, he'll try to strike both me and Philip DeFranco because I'm
illegal could have
a clip played,
Sarah, but she didn't specify what laws may have been broken. She also said they spent a lot of time with Greg and Kai's kids, and that for a lot of the time that she and Sarah were there, they did what she referred to as babysitting.
But if it was both of us, that's like what we were doing, like babysitting, cleaning up, helping like cook food, just, you know, helping with like whatever general grocery shopping kind of thing. So
did you get paid for this?
No.
Though she did say she was paid for helping with social media moderation, but as Chris Hansen then puts it,
it sounds like they treated you like the help, and the help was expected to service them sexually. Is that fair?
Yeah. Like, I feel like the dynamic's just really weird.
She also, like Sarah, talked about having to sign contracts.
I'm sure he has a folder. Like, I have signed countless contracts. Like, this isn't even the first one. Like, there have been so many where it's
How
just
many contracts did Greg Onision have you sign?
I want to say possibly 4 or 5.
And one of the most notable things, at least here legally speaking, that interview ended with Chris making an announcement.
I should let you and our audience know that I did have a conversation with the FBI yesterday. A little bit of breaking news here. And obviously there was evidence that some of the young women have that could very well be of interest to investigators.
And adding that even though Greg and Kai appear to have been careful in terms of the legality of their physical sexual relationships,
what many people in these cases don't know, don't think about, aren't aware of, is that the transmission of sexually explicit
the three-way for baby on the bed, that was
younger
I
than
forgot
18,
who brought that up, but that was one there.
crime.
also saying that the penalty can be up to 10 years per image. And with Sarah, we saw that she said she engaged in photo sharing. Also, in another interview, we saw Chris Hansen speak with YouTuber Daniel Solzback, also known as Repsion. He's been discussing Greg for years, and in that interview, Daniel said that Greg had deleted online forums after Chris
the forums!
And saying that likely was because young girls were posting photos in those forum discussion threads.
Archive stuff of images from girls from the ages of literal 12 all the way up to 16 to 17 years of age in their, very scantily clad, or someone just their underwear.
Last night, we actually saw Chris Hansen say that he's not only in touch with the FBI, but they are now involved.
It's a case that is now under investigation by the FBI. It's a case we've been looking at for a number of weeks now.
That said, we're trying to get a general understanding with this coverage. If you want to watch those interviews, you want to watch those pieces by Hansen, I'll link to them down below. Along with, among other things, that Blair White interview. Jay Aubrey has a really deep 45-minute video. Like I said,
Jay Aubrey's video is fucking amazing.
But all of that kind of catches us up to last week when we saw Greg actually banned from Patreon. And this was reportedly from Docs. He reportedly tweeted a screenshot of text that he said he sent to Billy, but also included her phone number. That tweet was removed within an hour of it being posted, and Patreon considered this to be doxing and a violation of their policy. Telling The Verge in a statement, yes, we removed Onision from Patreon as he violated our bullying and harassment as it relates to doxing. And at first, he responded to this in what some people have described as a meltdown. He then said he'd be taking a hiatus, but then he didn't stick to that, continued posting. In those videos, which I do not recommend you watch, part of the reason why I've ever had kind of hesitation of talking about him is he seems to thrive on any and all attention. But in those videos, the behavior is really all over the place. There are moments where it appears all sincere, and then it's just complete erratic behavior. He's also been tweeting up a storm. A lot of it seems kind of just sexually explicit. Yeah, that's essentially what the story is now. Once again, I'm linking to a number of resources if you want to fully dive deep on this. That said, it will be interesting to see what happens from here. Will something new come out in general, or from one of these live streams with Chris Hansen? Also, will something come from this FBI investigation that Hansen has referenced? Now, a big question that I've seen online are why has YouTube not done anything?
Oh, they have an article too.
Patreon shut down Greg's Patreon. Why doesn't YouTube do the same? Well, I don't have an official comment from them right now. If we just look at kind of historically, Patreon is a company that will shut down your account for something that violates their rules off platform, even if it's not a criminal offense. Whereas when you're talking about YouTube, for stories that we've covered in the past, you usually don't see your channel get completely shut down until after a conviction, or based on.
I didn't know I'd get this lucky today.
The channel violating the rules. But with all of that said, regarding this story, I of course would love to know your thoughts on this one. And that is where we're going to end today's show. Of course, I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Also, if you like today's show, let us know. Hit that like button. Also, if you're new,
I'm gonna hit pause. I hit like already. Let's refresh something here. Hang on. Let's beautiful. 47,000 now. Holy shit. I wonder how pissed Greg is. But let's read Rogue Rocket, which is Philip's. Oh Christ, that is fucking bright. My eyes hurt. 15 minutes ago by Maddie Kreitchen. Never heard of her. Controversial YouTuber Onision has been accused of predatory behavior by multiple women. I need to close this so I can actually see the fucking chat. Night mode, please. This site doesn't have. Does it? Why would it? Hang on. There's hang on. Night mode. Chrome extinction. I'm gonna install this really fast because, yeah, you're right. Some of these websites are so fucking bright that it's embarrassing. Hang on. Okay, 1 second. Let's fix this. Blinded by the light. A hacker man. Okay. Ignore V. Okay, maybe I have to refresh the site. Okay, I have to refresh the site and I have to... Okay. Jesus. Alright. Okay, this looks less ugly. Alright. Oh, it would help if I... There we go. Alright, so many of these girls have spoken out saying his partner Kai aided him in this misconduct. Scored light on because you can't see the text on dark mode. How can you not see the text on dark mode? Chris Hansen has been speaking to many women involved and announced on Wednesday the FBI is investigating. That sounds like it's full of people. It's a, like the neighbors. I live in a fucking duplex. It's the worst. It's the fucking worst. Onision has denied the allegations and has posted a series of videos where he claims to be retiring but has continued to post online. Who is Onision? Controversial YouTuber Onision is making headlines over the past week for a variety of reasons, including being banned from Patreon and posting videos claiming he's retiring. This has followed years of accusations of grooming and predatory behavior. James Jackson, which, I'm sorry, I'm never calling him James Jackson. He clearly wants to be called that instead of Greg Avero, which I'm sorry, Gregory Avero. Go fuck yourself with a hot fucking rake. Known on the internet as Onision and to many others as Greg, has been on YouTube since 2006. He has multiple channels with over 1 million followers and has been in battling controversy for much of his time online. Ava watch. James Jackson, more like James Jackass. No one stop calling him Greg. No one. Exactly. His now ex-wife Sky appeared in his videos with some elements of his divorce in 2010 broadcasted online. What's his real name? It's Gregory something Avero. Avaroe, I believe. Yeah. Gregory. Well, it's like Gregory something Avero. But we'll pull that up later. I heard him say the name is the most common name in America. Yeah, I don't think so on that. One of his first major controversies to bleed in the YouTube industry, however, was in 2012 when he was banned from VidCon. An ex-girlfriend of his made remarks that she felt pressured into having sex. He addressed these claims in a video and repeatedly referred to a number of people she'd slept with and used derogatory words, including the word hua. He insinuated because of this she could not be sexually assaulted. To be only 26 and have slept with over 20 people is ridiculous, Jackson said. And of course she goes to insinuate that when we did make love that I was forcing her into it, that I was pressuring her into it, and she didn't really want to. That's funny, coming from someone who slept with over 20 people. It's the same fucking argument that dipshit Realstream News used with, Amber, whatever her last name was. He was like, she defrauded people, and that also means she can't be raped. No. Awful people can still be raped. Fucking hell. His name change to James was an attempt to abuse the trans community again because when people called him Greg instead of dead naming him like shut up penis. I don't care if I dead name Greg. Honestly, or fucking Kai either, but I'm just gonna... Kai's what they're going by, so I'm just... Realstream News is a garbage human. That stream is fucked. The Realstream News is a stupid prick who hasn't changed his content, and, I'm gonna say this very nicely. I gave him every single thing that he could have used to improve his content in my video, and the dumb little prick is not. So, you know what? Hopefully, whatever's coming to Realstream News comes to him soon. Eat shit, cunt. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry. Had to be a little harsh. I'm hoping that one day he'll bring me on his channel so I can just make fun of him constantly. Right to his fucking face. Sorry. I'm a little heated. That's neither here nor there. So yes, landed a hot lot of YouTubers, several of whom posted some slut shaming, etc. We're gonna go through a little bit here. Cunt is too nice of a word. Stupid prick. Is that better? Lim PP should have been used. That's fair. Ayalla has a big heart. Most people are thinking Laney's every bit as evil as Greg. When Chris Hansen shares still want to help Laney. She'll leave. Kai, my opinion on Kai is this. I have no more sympathy for Kai because of all of the shit Kai has done. Lock him up with his fucking husband. That's my opinion. Lock him the fuck up. Throw away the goddamn key. Kai is just as deserving of his jail time as fucking... What? I think one of their kids is at my door. 1 second. Yeah, it was. I had to point to their door. I need to fucking move. I genuinely need to move. Sorry. I really hate that this always comes up when I'm fucking streaming. It's... Hey, Zen. It's not my kids. I live in a duplex. There's like 2 doors that are right beside each other. It's okay. But, as I'm scrolling, the kid is cute, but I'm tired of him not parenting. Damn, this is a very in-depth article. I read fast, I'm sorry. Mostly because I know where we're going at this. And it's a lot of stuff that, it's a lot of stuff that, I just forgot his name. Philip, Defranco talked about. Smell that you're streaming. It's, anytime I'm recording, it's a ton of fucking screaming. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of this. Okay. Will appear not to be serious. He continued to tweet throughout Wednesday, some of which includes sexually explicit language. He also tweeted a leak for his new website for his fans, where he did a stream playing video games. On Thursday, he posted another video saying he was leaving, but whether or not he'll follow through is unclear. Yeah, Philly D talked about Onision. We actually just went through that. Something because we have more people now. I figure I'll talk about it again. So here we go. Donald's application video. Yeah, I'm not watching that. He can go fuck himself if he wants to really claim this shit. Yeah, he probably won't though, because now FBI has Sarah's phones and computer. That's fair. Oh man, I cannot wait to see what kind of shit is gonna happen. But yes, really quick, in about 3 days, I'm going to have a strike on my channel. In less than 3 days, I'm going to announce a new channel where a lot of the old stream archives and where current streams will also be streamed, as well as this channel, and Twitch, and DLive. But the Shiloh and Onision, the first one I did in this whole fucking crazy saga, will be down for a couple of days. Make no worry. If somebody wants to archive it and post on their channel for a couple days, I'm fine with that as well. It'll probably end up getting claimed as well. But as long as you don't fight it, you won't get a strike. I'm going to appeal it. I'm going to appeal the shit out of it. And if he really, really wants to... if he really wants to go for it, I'm willing to tussle. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to ask for donations from anybody. I'm not going to pull him a damn. I really want to see if Greg will actually try it. He won't, but if he does, I'm going to I'm going to make it a fucking spectacle. Is all I'm going to say. How late am I? About an hour or so. We had something come up right as I was starting the stream, so that's a different about 45 minutes. Tussle Sweet Prince. What skills does Sky have? He might dox you, Fuzz. Be careful. If he does, I fucking win. There's only currently 3 people who have my real name that's not a moderator in my Discord. One of them is Amanda the Jedi, because I want a contest in her stream. One of them is Onision. And one of them is MBC. Because I had a copyright claim from NBC, but I was like, that's bullshit, so I counted it. And I won. And yes, I'm moving soon anyways. So, if they really want to go for me, that's fine. You know, if they want to dox me, I can't control it. But here's the good thing. Can we all copy strike on Onision? We can't. There's Onion knows your real name. That's dangerous. He's not smart enough to know what to do with it. Funny face reveals Fuzzle Sue. He can reveal my real name, which links back to a horribly old Facebook, and that's it. This was got stalked by NBC. And it was Fly instead of Kai. McFly is some fam that's been in the house. Now, I wanted to talk really quick about Jessica Yaniv, who is a piece of work. Yaniv has been a kooky thorn in the internet side for a while recently. And I've been... my point rep's legal name is common knowledge. There's nothing to lose fighting strike. You made an effort to keep your legal name private. I wouldn't say an effort, but I just don't put my last name on things. It's my first name, which, Michael, etc. Then my first initial, my middle name, just kind of like spread out into the enunciation of the letter. Oh, take it easy, Kim. Yes, the gynecologist. Somebody got to that before I did. One second. Oh, okay. Dark mode on Kiwi Farms is not good. 1 second. There we go. So as everybody knows, Jessica Yaniv has a whole fucking board on Kiwi Farms, which is saying something. That's rare for some people, and I'm trying to find if they have. Where is it at? Okay, I'm trying to find it here. Would it be in the tweets? Because they deleted it. Yaniv doesn't have a gene. Oh, we'll get there. We will get there. Okay. All right. So Tuesday. No. I should have planned this out ahead of time. Christ. Yeah, here, fuck it. We'll go to this website. Somebody linked this. Okay. And I'm gonna read this from the article, so if there's any negative things about trans people, that's the article. It's not me. Yaniv is one individual who is a scumbag, who's using a community... The same like Greg, using a community as a cudgel. And that's why I don't like Yaniv. I don't like Yaniv at all. Well, and he sounds a moron. He is. He's a fucking moron. Okay. So, trans activist Jessica Yaniv furious. Gynecologist refuses to treat him because he's a biological male. So Onision really here? He's not. But God, I hope he listens. I hope he listens, you fucking prick. Sorry. So, again, just going through the article here, and we'll go nuts on this. On Monday, a transgender activist that goes by the name Jessica Yaniv angrily informed Twitter followers that a gynecologist refused to treat him or any other quote-unquote transgender patients. This shocked Jessica. Are they allowed to do that legally? He wondered out loud. Here's the thing. I said this as a joke last time I talked about Yaniv. I feel like one of the benefits of being a trans woman, from everything I've heard from women, is that you don't have a period, and you don't have to go to a gynecologist. That, those both sound like benefits. So, a gynecologist office that I got referred to literally told me today that we don't serve transgender patients, Yaniv writes on Twitter. And me, being me, I'm shocked, and confused, and hurt. Are they allowed to do that? Legally? Isn't that against the college practices? 100% I murder someone to have a period? I have the fact that she's Canadian, you guys want to take... No. So, I feel like I figured out Yaniv's shtick, right? Yaniv's shtick is essentially desperately trying to make money by suing people. And because of the Canadian system, I'm going to catch some shit for saying this, because I have every time I've said this. The Canadian legal system, from what I've read about the Human Rights Tribunal, is fucking weird. Because Yaniv does not need a lawyer. At all. However, the people that Yaniv is going against need a lawyer, or I think it's like a counsel or something. I don't know. But, Christ. It is weird. I swear, when I heard about this, I was like, why? What did you miss? We talked about on Onision. We watched not Chris Hansen, Christ. I know, to be fair, I was talking about the Human Rights Tribunal in general. But if I was the British Columbian Human Rights Tribunal, I would ban Yaniv from ever being able to sue anyone after the whole shit show with the waxing. That's me. Like, after all of the waxing shit, that should have been enough to ban someone from making any one of these. It's not Fuwoo's. I don't know the name yet. But, so in a follow-up tweet, this is again the article. The biological male who identifies as a woman adds that gynecologists form a part of a multidisciplinary team who engage with transgender and non-binary patients. Is either a part of a transition stage performing surgery or managing pre/post-transition gynecological problems. I don't know too much about this. Earlier, Yaniv made headlines after he tried to use the law to force women to give him Brazilian wax. Female estheticians refused to wax male parts because, well, this is male anatomy. In the end, women were told they had every right to refuse Yaniv's service, according to the British Columbia Human Rights Tribunal. Jay Cameron, a litigation manager for the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedom, said back then that the self-identification does not erase physiological reality. Their clients don't offer the service requested. No woman should be compelled to touch male genitals against her will, irrespective of how the owner's genital identifies. You could, of course, say more or less the same thing with gynecologists. They're supposed to treat women's anatomy, that's what they specialize in. Men might identify as women, but... Okay. Alright. So we're going through... Twitter went fucking nuts. Where would you like this instead? So, Sue, went well for you last time. So, yeah. Yaniv is doing this again. And it's going to end with another lawsuit where Yaniv just drags people's time out again. Again and again and again. Until somebody bans Yaniv from being able to sue any fucking person. Jessica should not have the ability to sue in the Human Rights Tribunal anymore. Oh, that's the wrong button. Did not mean to have a chat box there. There's one more thing also that I saw and I was like, what? Okay, so, what was she even trying to get checked out? That's a great question. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So, Yaniv was brandished a taser and a pepper spray, which are two prohibited weapons in Canada. I don't know. I'm so mad they chose my name for a child luring trap, nasty ass. I agree. I fucking agree. I don't know why Yaniv is fucking like this. So, not in custody, but possesses non-firearm, unauthorized, 2 charges, Langley, British Columbia. So, court, December 5th. Oh, hey, that's today. That already happened. Well, shit. Okay, let's look through the thread. This is Kiwi Farms, so assume what you want. Going through. Copy of originating information from November 29th. Posting here is a matter of record. Oh, it's all blurred. And it's also in horribly low quality. Scrolling through. Yaniv is in court. The sheriff just approached me and told me that Yaniv told him I was in the parkade photographing Yaniv's vehicle. Something that would put me in contempt of court. I volunteered my phone's photo gallery to clear up Yaniv's lie quickly. Yaniv really doesn't want me here. Oh, Christ. We're scrolling through here. We just left the courtroom. It was a brief appearance and an extremely weird interaction. Yaniv bragged about an individual he had arrested today in court. When we left the room, Yaniv exploded, yelling, "Fuck you, Kian." A sheriff jumped into action and pushed Yaniv away from me. Oh. Okay. Kian's live streaming of a Rebel Media YouTube channel about JY in court. Apparently, a journalist by the name of Jonathan was arrested. Okay, hang on. We might be going live. We're going live with the live going. I know a lot of people don't like Rebel Media. Not the biggest fan personally, but...
All right. I am standing outside of the provincial court of...
Okay, hang on. This guy kind of looks like a non-British version of Mr. Raffle Waffles. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Columbia, you can see it right there. And forgive me, I'm going to turn around here and wait a little bit, put my backpack on. Yaniv was just in court today.
That guy,
relating to breaches of the Firearms Act.
I just want to see what's going on here.
Can they tell me if they can hear
Name's
me?
Emotes. You're fine, little T-pose. Sounds like chills. Oh no.
Just give people a moment to join.
I don't think he sounds like chills.
Someone's sawing in the background, so hopefully that's not too noisy. Okay,
Number
awesome.
15, Burger King
Jessica
foot
Yaniv
lettuce.
appeared in court today relating to 2 charges of the Firearms Act, and I'll ask you guys to point out to me if you
I can kind of
in the
see
background.
it.
We're waiting outside, staked outside of the provincial court, waiting for Yaniv to come out and go to his car with his mother. It was a very strange court appearance today. I'll sort of break down what happened. First off, I arrived, and when I arrived, I was approached by an individual from a small news outlet. He's local to Vancouver. I wasn't sure about the story. All I knew was that he was kicked out of the courthouse. Now, I came into the courthouse, and let me tell you this. There was more security here today than there was whenever I've gone into Parliament, the Alberta legislature, anything of the sort. There's more security here than there was protecting the Premier of Alberta. It's very strange what was going on here today. I had my recording equipment confiscated because I'm not accredited here in BC like I am in Alberta. No matter, I just wanted to know what was going on in the courtroom. So we waited outside of the courtroom, and as I was sitting there, a sheriff approached me and demanded to know why I was in the parkade taking pictures of Jessica Yaniv's car. Now, this was news to me. I was quite surprised, and I didn't want to be thrown out of the courtroom, so I volunteered my phone photo gallery. That's not Jessica Yaniv. I volunteered my photo gallery to the sheriff to show him, no, I didn't take pictures on courthouse
Where's the
property.
queen? That's a great question.
Court. So he let me go, but Jessica Yaniv told the sheriffs that I was in contempt of court. It's a very weird thing to do, but Yaniv has contempt for journalists. We know that Yaniv is a violent person. Yaniv hits journalists whenever it doesn't suit her to be asked questions. So
imagine how pathetic you have to be to make up a lie about someone you don't like just because you want them thrown out of the fucking courtroom so they can't make fun of you later. Jesus.
I was in the courtroom. We left the court. Actually, we go into the courtroom, and Jessica Yaniv enters the courtroom after I come in and sit down, and it was a very brief court appearance. It was about 5 minutes, I'd say, and it basically came down to: do you want a hearing in French? Do you want when do you want the court hearing to be, the trial to be? And they skipped the holiday season, and now it will be in January when there will actually be a trial on Jessica Yaniv's charges. Now, everything was about to wrap up. It was all well and good, and then Yaniv, in Jessica Yaniv fashion, stood up and said, well, I want to say something. I want something on the record. And unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to record in the courtroom, so this is going to have to do for you guys. But Yaniv says, I am outraged that I need to have a security detail. Yaniv went on to brag about how he has an RCMP and sheriff detail around him, and how he locked up a journalist earlier today, which was astounding to me. I don't know the full story on it, but effectively, and I've been told by someone who was outside of the courthouse before I even got...
Wait. How the fuck did Yaniv lock up a journalist? That is something that needs to be, like, rolled back and explained to me.
Here was that this guy named Jonathan was arrested. I don't know the full story there, but Jessica Yaniv in the courtroom started bragging about how he got a journalist arrested today. Really weird. And the Justice of the Peace had a really
I
weird
like
look on her
Canada.
face. She sort of said,
but I'm just
I don't know if
confused.
this is the time or place. And then it was adjourned. Yaniv left the room, and I followed quickly after. And I only wanted to ask Yaniv one question, really. That's not him. I only wanted to ask Yaniv one question, and it was, do you intend to plead guilty? Now, just for some perspective on what these charges are, it's for holding a taser, brandishing a taser when Yaniv wasn't supposed to have one, on a live stream with Blair White. It's a weird thing to do. This is entirely Yaniv's own fault for
forehead.
the firearm, but secondly, for stupidly brandishing it on a
take it
YouTube
easy,
live
Jeb.
stream.
I agree, Marcy. I agree.
I'm just so worried Yaniv is going to come out. So I wanted to ask one question. Yaniv, are you going to plead guilty to these charges that are before you? These two charges. If Yaniv pleads guilty, he could have a more lenient of sentence. But here's the gist of these charges: they could be up
with
to
Yaniv. I can't blame him, Lyra.
Each charge.
6
Jessica Yaniv could be in prison by the end of January. So that was the question that I wanted to ask Yaniv. We leave the courtroom. I asked that question quite quickly. Yaniv is with his mother. And when I asked that question, an outburst like I have never seen, but well, actually, scratch that. I have seen that before when I asked Yaniv questions earlier. It was the same fashion, but this time right in front of a sheriff. And sadly, again, it's not on camera because of contempt of court to film in the courtroom. But Yaniv launches forward towards me and screams, "Fuck you, Kian." I don't know much about Yaniv. I haven't really done much for her. I know that she's assaulted both myself and David Menzies, but I haven't interacted with Yaniv much. I haven't done many stories on
you'd shit Yaniv. You did it in front of a fucking sheriff.
But Yaniv knew me by name.
What does mother think of all this? Oh, his mother's a fucking kook.
The sheriff jumped.
Well, we'll get into Yaniv's mom in a minute.
Thank God for this sheriff, because I don't know what would have happened. I really appreciate the sheriff stepping up here today. Yaniv's mother steps in as well and shoves her hand on Yaniv's face like this. Like,
oh yeah, she knocks Blair.
Pushy.
It's not confirmed,
saying,
but it's fucking
shut up,
confirmed.
Don't talk. Which, frankly, Yaniv, I know you're going to be watching this later, that's good advice. Doesn't negate the fact that you launched towards me, raising your arms at a journalist who's asking the most simple questions. Are you going to be pleading guilty? I wasn't...
I think I gotta look into that.
I was about 2 meters away from asking, will you be pleading guilty? I also want to know if Yaniv will be asking to go to a women's prison if Yaniv is indeed sentenced after these two charges come to trial in January. But that would have been a secondary question. I didn't even get that out of my mouth, which I wish I did, and hopefully
I wish you did too. Holy shit!
Escort Yaniv off the property from some secret exit here. My guess is
oh my god,
Yaniv will have to come outside of these doors here. I don't know how long I want to stay live here. I don't want to bother you guys too much. But if he comes out in the next few minutes, I'll be sure to do that. I could also throw on a Twitter Periscope at The Real Kian, just so that you can jump in and watch what happens live.
I'm so tempted to skip forward.
Do you intend to plead guilty? And will you be expecting to go to a women's prison? If you guys have any other questions that you'd like me to ask Yaniv,
nope,
throw them in the chat.
Shit.
I'll read a few here.
Oh, I'm so hoping.
Just to burn some time while I wait for Yaniv. And as I mentioned, please,
oh yeah, there's stabbings there all the time.
It's an David Batchelor says, it's an old Irish saying, if your auntie had bullocks, she'd be your uncle. Does this apply to Jesse Paul?
Alright.
I don't know if that applies.
No
guns aren't allowed without a permit. Same with tasers. Yeah, that's exactly the case. This was a taser and ammunition for a taser, I presume, which is a no-go. You're just not allowed to have that without a permit, as the Justice of the Peace said today.
Okay, let's really quick here. Okay, assault rebel import. Hey, this is the same dude. Here we go. You can not like a rebel, but
do you have any weapons on you?
Go away!
Hey, don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Go away!
Sometimes, enemy of enemy, friend, etc. This is one of those moments. If you don't like them, this is interesting.
A few questions. Would you be able to? Do you have any?
Go away!
Do you have any?
Go away!
Do you have any weapons on you?
Go away!
Hey, don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Go away!
Don't touch me!
Get out!
Stay away from me! Jeez.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Hold on. I need to see something. What the fuck is on? Okay, Yaniv's head has something on top of it. Anyone notice that? Like, is it the hair fucking up? Is it... The fuck is that? Wig line. Okay, to be fair, I know nothing about wigs, so... What did you miss? Now we're talking about Jessica Yaniv. I genuinely know nothing about wigs, so that's like... Oh, that's embarrassing looking. Oh, okay.
Get out.
Stay away from me.
This is private property.
You
go away.
This is private property. Roots. That too, but...
I'm wondering,
I will show you.
Do you think
in
that...
a minute.
Do you
go away.
Are you expecting prison time?
Listen, you go away.
Are you expecting
you
prison time?
You go away now.
You go away. I'm sorry.
Don't touch,
Do you hear me?
Touch me
I
again.
won't touch you.
Don't touch
I
me
won't.
again.
You go away. You are on my private property.
Oh, and hair and he bleaches the cap out of it? Oh, Jesus.
Now.
I'm gonna get in my car.
Take your car and go away.
Okay, you chilled out a little bit?
This is my private property.
Chilled out a little bit?
Go. Yes.
Do you understand that you just hit me?
What?
You just hit me.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did, and it's on camera.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Charge
what?
me. Why don't you charge me? Call the police.
Do it. He should have done it.
Call the police. Call the police.
I don't even know what to say right
Call
now.
the police.
Are you expecting...
Call the police.
I'm not going to answer any...
Do you have any prohibited weapons in your house?
Idiot. I know you idiotism. Go out of my property now. I know who you are.
All right. Take care. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. If you show up again, or any one of you, you will be charged.
Sorry, what?
You will be charged anyway. You're going to be charged.
I don't think so.
Yes, you
Oh, Jesus. Still high mark.
Unless what, sorry?
Unless you are the police, then you will be in court with me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
God, I love this video. What I miss? Really quick, you missed me talking about Onision, which was like the first 45 minutes of a stream, but now we've been going through Yaniv, and just chuckling at... Jesus. What a bitch. I'm sorry. That apartment complex, how's that her private property? Yeah, it's a condo complex. Most condos look nice. Why is the city so sunny? I think it's Surrey, which I've heard is a sunny area of British Columbia. British Columbia is relatively... Oh, Waterloo? Oh, this was in August. This is August. Don't be a true... Still. I would have just... Okay. I would have just ran him the fuck over. If you block my car, I'm sorry. You have no legal reason to. You're a speed bump. It's gonna be the harshest thing I ever say, but you're a fucking speed bump.
Why won't you let me leave? This is illegal.
Lay on the horn and hit gas. Private property is the equivalent of when talking to manager in public spaces. The guy is...
I'm not blocking your driveway.
Lay on the horn.
They asked me to leave, and now they're blocking me in.
I see. Hit the gas. Okay, he's supposed to be nice, and he was a bitch. Yeah.
Time?
Just broke his car. What? That's one horn you get charged. Oh, that sucks.
This guy's trying to run me over right now.
This guy's trying to run me over right now. While you're like at least 3 feet away from 3 feet. I don't know. You're enough away from the car.
Who are you?
Oh my god. There's gotta be more. Hang on. Here we go. Here's another one.
Get out. Get away.
Don't get away. You better not. You better not.
No.
You make contact. You're gonna go to jail.
You're going to jail. Go away.
I know. Hey, don't touch me.
You're going to jail.
Jonathan, why do you send sexually explicit messages to young girls?
Go away. You're
Huh?
going to jail. Go away.
Huh?
My eyes say
Why
go
don't you?
now.
Huh?
Oh shit! Oh shit. Okay. Here's question. This was August 15th. Why the fuck is Yaniv not in jail for assault? Holy shit.
I'm sure most people by now are familiar with that professional fake victim, Jonathan, a.k.a. Jessica Yaniv.
Oh, God. What is this image? Think about this image. I hate this. I hate everything about this. Did he not press charges? I don't know.
He's the dude who has filed more than a dozen
The mom's, from what I've read, kind of a nutter, too.
He has gone after women who offer waxing services to other females, demanding that he be treated as a woman, even though he's still equipped with male genitalia. His case is that he's being discriminated against.
Yaniv, I don't want to sound incredibly harsh when I say this, but Yaniv is a bloated toad who needs liposuction more than like waxing and or gynecologist visits.
He is the
Give me a scalpel and a shop vac in 20 minutes, and I could have Yaniv down to about 150 pounds.
Victim, you see, and he wants to be financially compensated by taxpayers for his victimhood. Speaking of which, Jonathan also likes getting a
Scooty Puff Jr. is the only thing I think of. What? I'm getting Jesus. I'm sorry.
Around town on publicly funded transit rides for the disabled.
Then to prison fetcher.
Sometimes
it's not a joke. Yaniv,
even though he's being
really needs to lose weight.
Running like someone taking part in the 100-meter dash. What's the deal with
I also don't care about Yaniv.
So I visited Vancouver recently.
I don't see Yaniv as a fat person. I see Yaniv as a prick. I see Yaniv as a scumbag. Anything I say about Yaniv in my mind, it is null and void. Extradite him to Texas? No. Extradite him to the Sahara Desert.
Some answers.
I'm sorry.
Point out
I'm rough to certain
very
people.
Much a public person, most recently taking to.
My period started, so yeah, couldn't go into the pool, but it was so much fun. Forgot my tampons and my other. No, you're right. One of the losing company mental help. That's fair. Doesn't need a scooter. Yeah. Yaniv is what period? That's a great question.
Social media to bemoan the fact that he couldn't go
Swimming
swimming the other day because he was on his period. No, seriously, he actually.
I genuinely cannot understand the fascination with periods either. That's something that that boggles my mind, and the amount of the period stuff is fucking creepy. Genuine, sorry.
In any event,
another ad? Hey, I'm not clicking the ad button, so YouTube's putting them out randomly.
We're not harassing him any more than journalists asking politicians questions are engaging in any kind of harassment. In the video you're about to watch, please note that I never entered into his condominium lobby, but rather remained outside in the common area. You will also see Jonathan swearing and threatening me, and ultimately physically assaulting me.
I think all women
merely
talk about
for
periods.
practicing
Yes.
journalism. But don't take my word for it. Check out the video evidence.
Oh God.
Oh, hey, Jonathan Yaniv. Sorry? Jonathan Yaniv, right? How are you? I'm David Menzies from The Rebel. I noticed...
Can you just leave me alone, please?
Yeah, are you faking being disabled as much as you're faking being a woman? Were you sexually molested as a child?
Leave me alone.
Oh, all of a sudden you're breaking into a trot. I thought you needed a mobility scooter. Jonathan, why do you go after immigrants?
Go away now, or you will be smacked. Go away now.
This is an appropriate reaction, by the way, to someone asking you questions. This appropriate. Remember that from the Jessica Yaniv School of Court Tech Tips. I don't know where I was going with that.
Is that right?
Go away.
You're gonna assault me?
Go away.
Huh?
Go away.
Why do you go after
Go
immigrant
away.
women?
Remember, a smart and reasonable reaction.
Is it because you're a bully? They don't know how to game the system like
Go
you?
away. Go away. Go. Go. You're on private property now.
You're on private property in a public location at a condominium.
This is a common area.
Too. Go away.
This is your property too?
Go away.
So tell me,
Leave.
Why is it that you're going after immigrant women?
Let me in. Let me in.
The video is laggy as shit. That's not my end. Real media is garbage. That might be true, but this is funny.
This is a person scamming the system.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to be mean. This is not a bully channel. But Christ, I'm sorry. Can you not buy shirts that fit? Does your hideous gunt have to be showing inside the fucking frame? Can you really not buy a shirt that's maybe a size bigger? A size bigger. I'm being mean to Yaniv is it's kind of refreshing. I'm sorry. Yaniv has money. Yaniv has enough money, literally, to live in a condominium that is nicer than anything in the last, like, the 3 counties around me. Attracted to... Oh, that's fair, KB. Again with the police. Oh, yeah. It'd be more flattering to you, Yaniv. This is a pro tip. If you buy a shirt maybe just a little bigger, maybe a little taller. You know, make shirts for height, but not for width if you want. Instead, you gotta walk around in public showing your fucking gut. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Fuck you, Yaniv. Why do you think that cops are his bodyguard or something? Because he's a manipulator.
You're not calling 911 again, are you?
Stop calling 911 again. Hey, Chris. They're Blur. Hey. Backwards Bologna.
This is your property? I thought across the street was your condo.
Oh god. Ethan's fupa is nice. Yaniv's is yeah. Moderator Marcia, $5, please. No, I'll donate whatever you want. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go through this because laughing at Yaniv is very satisfying. But thank you for $5. Is the notification ever gonna play? 1, 2. No. Okay.
You must be very wealthy.
Learn the address.
Jonathan,
obviously.
what do you do for a living?
Yep. There we go.
A stalker.
I called in yesterday. Okay, really quick. Imagine being a police dispatcher, and your job you get, you know, people in fear of their life, you know, serious emergencies, people's injured, you know, building fucking crumbles, and then you get, you know, oh Christ, how do I word this without also sounding like a bully? You get this fucking dumbass. There we go. That's probably the best thing to say. You get this dumbass calling you 24/7 for every little thing. I honestly think I'd quit my fucking job. I feel like I'd quit my job if I got this many calls from this fucking prick. It's gotta be every day.
Jonathan, why do you send sexually explicit messages to minors?
I know. Fuck Mary.
Jonathan.
Oh Christ.
Have you?
Chris, the only person I'd kill would be myself to get out of that. I'm so sorry.
I should note that for a few minutes, I patiently waited outside the condo, hoping
I'm sorry. Can police block numbers? They can.
That didn't happen.
Oh boy.
He just swung his cane around and yelled profanity. Then he went up to his 4th floor condo unit and began yelling at me from the window. Now, I've never engaged in an interview. If you,
I'm sorry. That's the only winning answer on that
the
one.
Subject separated by 4 stories. But the point is, both Jonathan and Mama Yaniv were literally home free. They were indoors. I was outside. They could have ignored me. But get this. Just as I was preparing to leave, Mama Yaniv came out of the condo to engage me.
Hold on. Let's react to this really quick. What the fuck is going on here? Look at Yaniv's mom's movements and tell me if this doesn't remind you of like those people from Get Out. I don't know if you've seen Get Out, but you should, first off. And second off, just watch this shit.
Just as I was preparing to leave, Mama Yaniv came out of the condo to engage me. And it turned out Jonathan had left too. Oh, but not to worry. Like a raging bull, he came charging back into the fray, this time in a truly violent fashion. Check it out.
Are you proud of him, man?
Yes, they're coming. You're not talking to anybody.
Oh, I thought we had freedom of speech in this country. I can't.
Yes, but you cannot talk to you can talk to me.
Oh, Jesus.
To anybody.
Right,
I'm sorry, Seb.
Did you molest Jonathan as a boy?
You are not talking to anybody.
I'm a little confused. You
I love that question. I'm sorry.
said I can talk to you.
No, you're not.
Silent Hills.
Hi, Jonathan.
No.
Hi. Excuse me, ma'am.
No.
Oh my goodness, he's running
You're
now.
not talking to anybody.
He's running.
No.
Where's the mobility scooter?
That's a good question. Where is the scooter?
You're not going to.
Jonathan's not Jojo. Not this Jonathan.
I'm not. Hey,
You're not going to go close.
don't you touch
are not
me.
Going to go.
Don't you touch me.
You're not going to go close to her.
Oh god, this is not gonna go good for you, Yaniv.
You better not. You better not.
Okay. Yaniv came into this situation brandishing essentially a weapon and preparing to swing it at a reporter. Oh my god.
No.
You make contact. You're gonna go to jail.
I don't know the nationality. I almost want to say that the mom has some sort of like Eastern like an Indian, like not Indian, but like that sort of accent. If that makes sense, you can hear it. I don't know Israeli. That's possible. To be fair, I don't know exactly where Yaniv is.
I know.
You're both Jewish.
Don't touch me.
You're going to jail.
Huh.
Jonathan, why do you?
So was Yaniv's mom born in Israeli? Yeah, Israeli. I can't speak fucking English. You know what I mean. So was Yaniv's mom born there? It was Yaniv? I'm confused on this.
Send sexually explicit messages to young girls. Go away. You're going to jail. Go away.
Oh shit.
Why don't you?
Wait a minute. So yeah, right here. Holy shit. Texas is an open carry state, so I want Yaniv to try this here.
Jonathan, why do you send sexually explicit messages to young girls?
So the reporter brings up sexually explicit messages, and then of course Yaniv, like a calm, rational person, decides to react like.
Huh? My iPad. Why don't you? Huh?
Remember, the reaction, it's reasonable in Yaniv's eyes. Don't worry about it.
Go away! Go away! Go away! You just smashed your cane over my head. Go away! Go away! I did not. Go away! Now you're touching. Look at this. Go! You people are ill. Go away!
Wait.
Cane over my head. Go away!
Hang on.
Go away! I did not. Go away! Now you're touching. Look at this. Go! You people are ill. Go away!
You people are ill. Yes.
Why? Because I'm talking? Go away! Because I'm talking? Go away! Huh?
Swing back and get the cameraman.
Go away!
Huh?
Yes, I am. Go away! You go away! Go away!
They hit him.
Again? You gonna do it again? Come on, get another shot.
Can you pick it up?
Huh?
Go away! Pick up my iPad.
Go away! Go away! Okay, that's the second shot. Did you see that, sir? Go away!
Oh god. Okay. Imagine driving into your duplex, your condo. You want to go home. You want to relax, and you just see this fucking shit show.
I do.
Go. That way. Go away. Go.
What? This is a common parking lot.
You're not allowed to.
Okay, you have knocked me twice with your cane.
Go. Get away.
You're lucky I don't beat up girls or fake girls. Oh, now you too, eh?
Go away. Huh? Go away. You go.
I'm sorry. Someone hits me. no offense to David Menzies, I'd go off, but...
Wait, get off the property. Okay, that's 4 shots. Get off Hi, the property. You go away. Huh? No, you go Excuse away. Me. Get off the property.
You walk into a Walmart fight from Florida.
Lots of eyewitnesses. I don't care. Go away. Go away. Huh? Go. You are a provoker. I'm a provoker? Hey, you go away. No, get away from him. That's okay. Please, I'm really hoping for the cops to come. No.
Oh!
Go away. Go in the house. Go in the house. Okay, that's good. Give me a bruise. Give me another bruise. Call the police. What? You call the police. Is it? Why don't you? Why don't you call the police?
I'm not buff,
I can take your physical blows, you fake woman. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm just nasty. What about all these immigrant women that he polarizes with?
Probably a Trump lover, anyhow.
What is that insult? Oh, hey, you're bringing up the fact that Yaniv has sent multiple disgusting messages to young women. The fact that Yaniv's a fucking kook and has done a whole bunch of shit and is suing immigrant women. You're just a Trump supporter. You cannot like Trump and also criticize Yaniv. That's those two are not parallel.
Oh, a Trump lover, nothing could be worse.
Excuse me. Off the fucking property.
Go away. You know what? This is multiple.
Everybody here.
I know.
You go away.
I know we have lots of eyewitnesses.
Hey, give me the phone.
A little after this one-sided Donnybrook ended, the RCMP
Jesus, Donnybrook. Sorry.
He arrived. 3 police cruisers, no less. Par for the course, Jonathan Yaniv played the victim card yet again, claiming he was the one assaulted and demanding that police call him an ambulance. Anyway, here's some of the interaction with the police.
Officer, he has smashed me with his cane at least 5 times. Okay. I might even have the bruise here.
Do you have any ID, sir? So what's going on?
This is a person, if you Google his or her name.
Jessica. Yeah.
Okay. And we're just practicing journalism. We're finding out why this person is brandishing prohibited weapons. I think your department actually charged him or her with that. Why he's sending explicit messages to minor
Hey, thank you
girls.
for subscribing.
Why he's clearly
Care Bear
in the
cosplay.
system. He supposedly needs mobility.
Jesus,
rights, but he was smacking
Canada.
that cane over my head like a wrestler just a second ago. And
no, again, no offense to Canada.
I'm just practicing journalism.
So how did this all start today? I guess because I just pulled up and I see the kind of a little.
Yes, sir.
Donnybrook, whatever you want to call it here.
Oh no, another Donnybrook. No.
And he shut the door. I did not go into the building.
Okay.
You do? That's awesome.
In the common area.
Okay.
And,
Tell him I feel sorry for all the shit that he had to deal with if you need.
I wanted to talk to him, and I wanted to ask him several questions, which I did. I have it on the footage of it, sir.
All right, now we're getting to a video.
To you.
Sure.
Does it surprise anyone the level of fakery Jonathan Yaniv will stoop to? If the British Columbia Human Rights Tribunal had a scintilla of decency, it would tell Jonathan Yaniv to beat it. Instead, this kangaroo court is accommodating him and
I feel bad for policemen. I really do.
Canada, a laughing stock in the process. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.
Menzoid? All right. So, with that, we're slowly going to wrap up the stream. I just want to talk... Oh, that's not the right thing. I want to pull up again because I need to mention it one more time. This is not going to look good on the screen. So, I've been copyright claimed. This is what I want everybody to just be caught up since we're kind of getting near the end here. There's probably not too much to talk about left. But I was copyright striked by Greg. I will be... the video will be gone, essentially, for a couple of days. Name a new channel, Poppy Fuzz. We'll get to the new channel. I'm going to work on a new channel, and... he did at the end. It was, like, right at the ass end of that video there. But I will be making a new channel for streaming until the strike is gone. Because I'm going to stream probably sometime also then. And then I'm also going to kind of delete some of the older streams where it's just like me playing a video game and drag it over to the new channel. So that's where a lot of the channels from. Why don't I stream on Twitch? I do. I just don't have a majority audience there, so it's a little easier. Yeah, YouTube knows actually, Chris. They I think YouTube and Twitch both do that. You have to have like a buffer of like I think like a few hours or so. It's weird. But I will make a video, so if you got the notifications, it should pop up, hopefully, if YouTube sends it out. And then later this month, I'm going to probably talk about where I'm going to go with the channel over next year and talk about how it went this year. I'm trying to do something like that every year where I kind of go through and talk about exactly where the channel's been, how it's been growing. It's something for the big fans who want to see what I plan on over the next few months. I'll probably do that like every 6 months to a year. You can contact Vincent from Chris Hansen. They're collecting testimonials from content creators who were struck by Onion. I might have to do that actually. I don't entirely know what Vincent's Twitter is. So if you can pull that up for me actually and post it in the chat, I'll probably shoot him a message tonight. But I'm gonna follow how Repsion did this. He's a name for his fans. I mean, Mill condition my DNA literally proves I have. Oh shit. The United States health system is not good. Not good. I'll give you that. So I'm gonna fight the strike, and like I said earlier, essentially it depends on one of two outcomes: whether he drops it or if he really tries to fight it, which he most likely won't. But I'm gonna fight him on it. NHS forever. Oh, Canadian $2 from Jessica. Thank you for Stream Fuzz. It was awesome. Thank you, Jessica. I'm probably going to, because I'm gonna have a 2-week break around Christmas time, because it's when my whole the company that I'm working at is gonna have a shutdown. So it'll probably be around like Christmas time. I'm definitely going to stream on Christmas Eve. Hopefully me finishing some VR games. I want to buy Super Hot VR tonight, just so I can play it. But yes, there needs to be free mental health care and healthcare awareness of decriminalizing drug users. I'm really hoping sometime in the next 5 to 6 years that legalized marijuana happens. Because I'm not going to say anything other than the last time I've smoked weed was March, and I really, really wish I had some fucking weed. There's some days I get home from work and I'm just like, I wonder if that one guy still deals. No offense, don't do drugs, kids, that's all I'm going to say. But weed's not bad. Sorry. How was your Thanksgiving? It was pretty good. I went shopping. I bought a 4K TV, which I have almost legal. Oh, something I will complain about really quick. The governor of my state was he was talking about doing weed legal, and then he fucked around on it. So, but I bought a 4K TV, bought a ton of 4K Blu-rays. I can actually, if you give me 1 second here, I can grab them from here. 1 second. There's a lot. Oh. I think I'm also getting sick. That's all I'm gonna say. One second. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff for work, so I was looking for Black Friday, of course. So I bought. We're gonna run this down really fast, and I might end up doing a review of one of these movies. Shazam! John Wick Chapter 1, John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3, the original Aladdin in 4K. That's other different movies. The movie Overlord. What state is Fuzz? Indiana. Hey, Indiana. American Assassin in 4K. Hacksaw Ridge, Aquaman, Spider-Man Far From Home. That's a different movie. Why did I grab that? And Ghost in the Shell 2017? I want to say 2017. 2017, yep. Which, by the way, out of all the 4K movies, I'd say look the best. Far From Home hurt me, but I love it. I liked it, but I might end up talking about it. I might do a podcast soon. I don't know if anybody wants me to do a podcast, but that's something. But out of all the best looking films in 4K, quick recommendation. buy Ghost of Michelle 2017. If you're a fan of the anime, you might not like it. I'm gonna say that, you might not like it. But it's a damn good movie when it comes to visuals. It's the best looking film I've seen in 4K. It was the best looking film I'd seen in Blu-ray as well, so that might say something. You have Thumbelina? I do not. I also had bought some for How'd You Like Shazam? I loved it. I'm sorry, Victoria, we're about to end soon, actually. But I liked Shazam a lot. I thought it was it's exactly where DC should be going with their films. Because the problem is, it is the one of Scarlett Johansson. It's not a great film, but goddamn is it pretty. It is fucking pretty. See, here's the thing, though. DC's comics and a lot of the stuff they've done has always done better in long form. They don't do events as much as Marvel does, you know? And that's why Marvel works for the film. I don't have the second channel yet, but I'm going to get that soon. Which Blade Runner? You're talking the original or 2049? Blade Runner 2049? They're getting the shape for that movie. It's nuts how they get actors in shape. Look into a lot of the stuff that Vin websites. You're good, Danny. The design was good for Ghost of Michelle. That was about it. Look, I'm not saying it's a great movie, but I'm saying it is a very pretty movie. And I will send Vincent a message soon. The new one really, I like it. I really like it. The problem is you pretty much have to watch the first one right after for it to make sense for some people. But yeah, it is one of the most depressing films I've seen in a very long time. I also had bought some 4K Blu-rays. What is Ghost of Michelle even about? Oh god, I'm a bad person to explain it. Without spoiling it, it's essentially about a policewoman who, how do I word this? I'm trying to dance around the subject, and I hope you can understand how tight of a subject I'm dancing around here. It's about a policewoman who uncovers there's a lot more going on about the stuff around her, and also there's a conspiracy. That's the best way to describe it. That's all I'm going to say. They smashed most of the Gits movies and anime in one. Yeah, there's no denying that. Sexy lady doing detective work, that's pretty good too. Now, I had also bought a couple of movies in 4K way prior to buying a 4K TV. And I'm going to say this because everyone's going to either flip shit or say they like it. I bought Captain Marvel in 4K because I wanted to see the movie. I hadn't seen it in theaters because I was really sick around that time. And I got the 4K Blu-ray for $10. And I didn't hate it. It's not the worst MCU movie. That's still Thor the Dark World. Thor the Dark World is genuinely one of my least favorite films of all time. I hated it. Captain Marvel is fine. It feels like one of the first MCU films, that makes sense. It feels kind of like Iron Man and feels like Iron Man and Incredible Hulk and Captain America First Avenger. It feels like those. It's a middle ground film. Vincent's a really good guy. I talked to him in Deity's post stream last night. They have a rep from YouTube. They've been contacted to build a case against Onion's third-party strike bot. That's interesting. Captain Marvel, not very impressive, TBH, but I like when comedies are kicked in. I agree. Have you seen the new 007 trailer yet? I have not, but I've been meaning to. I've weirdly been enjoying the Daniel Craig, even though I don't like Daniel Craig as 007. I've been enjoying the movies around him. I still think if they're gonna do 007, I don't know who they'd cast, honestly, though. They didn't do Battle right. They didn't do a lot of characters right. No Time to Die. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's my favorite. I would agree. Spider-Man 2 is one of those films that it works on so many levels still, and it's such a good template for future movies. Have you seen the new YouTube Rewind? I have, and it's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's certainly a thing, you know. Joker. I have not seen Joker yet, and I know that it launches digitally in like 2 weeks, and I'm gonna buy it. I also have Avengers Endgame, which I bought the Steelbook because I'm one of those guys that buy a Steelbook. Davi Vanity. Oh Christ! Hang on. See, I used to browse a lot of 4chan. I still do, but that's a different thing. Claw posted a video on Rewind. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. I used to browse a lot of 4chan. I saw all the Jesse Slaughter stuff. And then I remember going on Encyclopedia Dramatica, and Encyclopedia Dramatica's page on Davi is fucking hilarious. How's it going? I'm talking about films and other things. Joker's a little much for me, but I'm too sensitive on a lot of things. I think from what I've seen from the trailers of Joker and the leaked clips and stuff, I think it's obviously not where the whole industry is going to go, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a smart move to have these films. To have... I think for a lot of people, they saw with Deadpool that the R rating doesn't just scare people off. Saw Davi Vanity and got war flashbacks. I'm sorry. But, the fact that, something like Deadpool exists and something like Joker exists, I feel is good for the superhero industry. Because they're going to keep making superhero films until we die, right? They're going to keep doing this. And it's only a matter of time before they bring in the really, really fucked up characters. I'm surprised Marvel is doing Moon Knight on Disney Plus. They, there's no way in hell that is going to be exactly like the Moon Knight I expect, but I'm Moon Knight with a K. It's pretty interesting. Joker's a real hard look at how he treats mentally ill and how some people end up where they are. I saw so many hot takes on Twitter, which I made a small video about, but there were so many stupid tweets about how, Joker's gonna inspire mass shootings. And I saw one, I swear to God, it was like, this is going to empower the white incel, and I'm like, it's a movie. It's a movie. Anybody who does that kind of shit was going to do it without a movie, without a video game, without any of that shit tied to it. Those people will always do that kind of shit. And the fact that people want to blame Counter-Strike and Grand Theft Auto and all that shit is... I thought we were over Jack Thompson. I thought Jack Thompson's career died in a fucking... I thought it died in a gutter because he was disbarred from the fucking Florida Bar Association. The BS based on lies surrounding a shooting happened with Batman Dark Knight premiere. I remember the because watch Joker and I kicked the oh god. I do remember that shooting, and that was pretty fucked up at the time. But one person's awful action does not, one, dedicate an entire fan base to being, these fucking mass shooters. And the only reason those people do it is for clicks and impacts. Because the only rush of dopamine they can get is by people bitching at them. Making Counter-Strike source zombie mad while talking about this. People who blame video games and movies forget an important principle when conducting research. Control group. They also forget their brains half the time. Man. I remember James Holmes, and he was trying to emulate the Joker. Detective said some BS that James was schizo and picked the most popular movie. Wasn't trying to emulate the Joker. Detective just said he's BS. Okay. I read that correctly. I mean, it's always, the kind of people that will shoot up a school or will shoot a theater or anything is because they know people are there and people will be caught off guard. Those people couldn't face somebody who was actually prepared for him. And that's why I like to make fun of those people. The Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooter, that kid was a pathetic loser who, you know, he deserves everything that's coming to him in jail. If it wasn't a Disney movie, there would have been more people that movie. Not at opening night. I remember going to a local screening of Dark Knight Rises because I was fucking hyped for that movie. And that movie had like 5 theaters playing it in a big theater, and they were all sold out. I got lucky because Fandango didn't fuck my order up, but OSHA State Shooter's actual origin from Killing Joke is more tragic. I agree, but I don't hate what they did for at least from what I've seen for the Joker film. And I'm glad that there's a film like that that's willing to have the kind of balls to do something like a modern take. Like, the Joker is someone who, if he was in this day and age, would be someone who, like, the healthcare system had fucked him over. You know, the world around him didn't give a shit. People were fucking pricks. Because, yeah, people snap. People genuinely snap. Have you watched The Mandalorian? I actually was going to do something, but I've been so busy lately that I've not had the time. But I plan on doing a review of every single episode of The Mandalorian, and I feel like that might be something to put on the second channel. I think people were thinking, though, when James Holmes did that, because he had the orange hair, that was him trying to be Joker. I liked the same Batman film based on the Joker movie, and I started to look at reality. I wouldn't disagree with you there. I think my neighbors just yelled for me. There you go. Okay. There's nobody outside the fucking door. I have one of those Ring doorbells, so I actually can look outside. Okay, sorry. I always like to check just to make sure. But yeah, no, those people are going to do it no matter what, and it's incredibly disappointing that the people try to, like, you know, latch on to it. It's fucked. DC works best when it's angsty, dark, sad, and harsh. I don't entirely agree with that. I'd say if you look at the Flash TV show, that's a pretty good, like, I feel like it's a pretty good, accurate, especially the first season, is a very accurate depiction of how the comics are for Flash. Arrow's a little dark and angsty, which, I mean, Green Arrow hasn't really been too dark and angsty. But the DC works when it's, I think, in a longer form, except for stuff like the Joker and stuff like that. When you have an overarching story that kind of hits multiple beats. Because a lot of DC's comics are a really long-form storytelling things. Like, they have arcs that flow through, like, 20 issues, 30 issues. And you don't really have that too much with Marvel. Marvel does a lot of events, which I like, don't get me wrong, but I also feel like it really fucks with continuity for people who are newer. I'm tired of Bruce's parents dying, let Bruce die next. Flashpoint. Flashpoint proves what happens when Bruce dies. When Bruce dies, Thomas becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker. But I genuinely feel like Marvel is way better suited to films in the long term, and that's why they've been successful, you know? Like, that's why I can see, like, oh, hey, you know, like, one Iron Man film is consistent. We're gonna talk about... We just don't talk about how the show fucked up Flashpoint. Flash Season 3 was not good. Not good. But I feel like DC is understanding. I don't care about the Avengers movies. I can understand that, looking at them as, like, individual films. But I can't deny that Infinity War's ending is really good. Using films as a scapegoat for mentally ill people's been around since forever. I agree. 1 second. Haven't been keeping up with Flash? You should. This season has been amazing. It's fucking great. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Marvel, well, Martin Scorsese thinks Marvel movies are in cinema. I kind of agree. I wouldn't entirely agree. I'd say that they're cinema in a different way. It's like they're big blockbuster tentpole films. One for the ending, fucking amazing, my heart hurt. See, here's the thing. I agree, but I like the ending. I feel like if that was how they were going to end the MCU as a whole, I would have been fine with that. I would have been like, okay. It was bold as hell, and I was interested to see where it was going to go from there. Isn't Deadpool an anti-hero? Deadpool's in everything. He's an anti-hero, he's a hero, he's a good guy, he's a bad guy, he's evil, he's nice, he's a prick, he's kind. It's fucking weird. Deadpool is depending on what the story is and the writer is. Marvel movies entertainment? I agree. And the thing is, like, some of them are genuinely good. Like, I feel like you could pick The Winter Soldier out of its own thing, and it's a good crime thriller with a lot of action, but it's also connected. The bad MCU films are the ones like Thor: The Dark World. Thor: The Dark World is awful, and I hate it. Feel overexposed to Marvel movies, but still watching, giving more good X-Men stuff, Batman stuff. They are rebooting the entire X-Men franchise from scratch, which, as someone who I grew up with X-Men comics because my dad had them, I'm fucking glad they're rebooting the X-Men film franchise, because it's a roller coaster from like, oh, X-Men 1 and 2, 3 and Origins are shit. Oh, and then, you know, First Class is, yeah, it's pretty good. And then, Days of Future Past, I genuinely think is amazing. And then Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. I own Dark Phoenix, but I have not watched Dark Phoenix. I know I'm going to be disappointed. I know what it is, and I have it. I just am not willing to put myself through that kind of torture. Trying to convince everyone Winter Soldier is a Christmas movie. Maybe. I cried watching Logan. Logan was I don't even consider Logan an X-Men film. I consider it like its own thing, because Logan is genuinely. It should have won awards. It should have won more awards. Logan is a touching, fitting end to the X-Men franchise. Why the fuck do they make Dark Phoenix? Dark Phoenix really was boring. The trailers looked bad. Umbrella Academy. I have not seen Umbrella Academy. The Boys was amazing. And they just released a second trailer. A second season trailer for The Boys. If you guys have Amazon Prime and you haven't watched The Boys, you are doing yourself a disservice. By the way, we got about 5 more minutes of the stream, because I want to just round this up to an even 2 hours before I decide to even end it. They're doing the next generation of X-Men. Essentially, they're... I don't know what they're going to do with the X-Men. The shows I keep up with Walking Dead are shameless. The Boys is a show, and it's amazing. Umbrella Academy is amazing. I haven't seen it, but I'm meaning to. Yeah, what is The Boys about? How do I word this? Essentially, imagine superheroes are fucking assholes, and you've got the boys, essentially. That's the premise. That's the concept. Superheroes are assholes, and certain people are trying to get revenge on them for being dicks. I don't know if they don't need to donate, Kaylee, it's fine. I've actually gotten a couple super chats today. I've got 2. If people don't need to super chat, I'm not asking for it. I love Umbrella Academy on my bicycle, Gerard Way. I heard he wrote that. But Well, it's realistically assholes. The guy who's essentially the Superman of that universe is an evil, maniacal prick, is all I'm going to say. The Flash of that universe, essentially, fucking splatters a woman because he runs through her in the first episode. That's in a trailer, not a spoiler. It's worth watching because that universe is interesting. But I've been meaning to watch Umbrella Academy. It's been on my list. But breastfeeding, yes. Video games are more important. I agree. I've been playing Death Stranding too much. I haven't finished it yet, but I've been playing it. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up in a couple minutes. But I do recommend, if you haven't seen the latest season of Flash, it's pretty damn good. When are you going to play Stardew Valley? I might stream that around Christmas time, actually. I've been trying to catch up on everything. You know? It's been kind of busy. Are you going to stream Death Stranding again? Most likely on Twitch. I got a feeling that's probably like more of a Twitch thing. Excited for The Last of Us 2? I'm intrigued for The Last of Us 2. I'm hoping it can fix my gripes with the story of the first game. Because I had problems with the first game. And a lot of that can be explained by the ending. And I'm sorry. Get by a super chat, but YouTube hates me and won't let me. YouTube on the mobile app has been fucked. Rewind 2019. I saw it. There's not much to say. It's better than the last few years. I'll take that. I've never played Stardew Valley, so I'm intrigued. I remember Story, I was probably 14, but I know I loved it. I have an express dislike of the ending. And if you've played it, you know what I mean by the ending. Because the final act of a plot, I get why they do it, but I also feel I'm dancing around spoilers. I feel that it was kind of in there just to make a sequel, and it kind of thrown away a lot of the character motivation of Joel and Ellie's experience, if that makes sense. I'm not going to spoil, but I just feel like that plot was leading to one way in my mind, and then it shifted, and I was like, that's a dumb ending. I'm not saying people can't like it, I know a lot of people in my friend group, when I talk about my criticisms of the ending of a game, they fucking hate me. Would you be willing to play Stardew with viewers? That would be interesting, actually. I've never played it, so I don't know too much about it. Does anyone remember choices being in a game because they're not like dialogue choices? I do need to buy Fallen Order. I don't remember dialogue choices. Any new friends? That's fair. I don't like that WB's doing their DC and MK games. Keep the characters. At least this one, their costumes, I believe. I really can't wait for Injustice 2 or Injustice 3, though. Because Injustice 2 was actually pretty good. Anyways, with that, I'm going to end the stream for the night, everybody. Take it easy. I'm going to go get something to eat, because I am starving. Be safe. I'll give honors. Oh, man, I can't wait for Fallen Order. I'm probably going to rent it, you know? I'm probably going to rent it this weekend. Love Injustice, Damien. The Flash in that game is pretty great. Alright, take it easy, everybody. Have a good night. I will see you probably sometime this weekend. I'll post an announcement. Have a good night. Take it easy.